Who are you? Oh, sorry. Let's go. The walls are talking. Every shadow whispers. Your name tastes bitter in their mouths. They're watching now. Eyes like razors, cutting through your skin without touching it. You think you're hidden, but they mapped your heartbeat. They tracked your footsteps before you even moved. Every door you touch has been opened before. Every word you speak has been recorded twice. They're not guessing. They're certain. You're listening right now. And this is the final warning. The last whisper before the storm eats you alive. Your enemies aren't planning. They're already inside. Your story. They've heard your laugh. They've seen your rage, and they know exactly where it leads. You feel it, don't you? That crawling itch under your skin. The kind that whispers run, but freezes your legs in place. Because they're close. Too close. Breathing in your air, feeding on your silence. You can't hide. Not anymore. The floor remembers your weight. The walls remember your voice. And the air itself remembers your fear. You thought you were just another face. But to them, you're the signal. A signal that screams danger. A signal that tells them it's time. And now they've locked on. No mercy. No turning back. Every second now is borrowed. Every breath you take is stolen from them. They wanted silence, but you kept talking. They wanted shadows, but you lit a match. And now they're coming. Fast, faster than fear, faster than thought. You'll hear it before you see it. That hum in the air, like metal grinding bone. They don't knock, they don't wait. They walk in and tear the world apart. And when they find you, they won't shout. They'll smile, because they've already won. Unless you turn this around, unless you decide the game is theirs. No more. You've been hunted, cornered, measured like prey, marked for the kill. But prey can turn predator when the cage starts to burn. And oh, it's burning now. Every plan they made, curling into smoke. You see it, don't you? They're calm, cracking, their eyes twitching. Because you're not running, not hiding. You're standing still and smiling. They don't understand that smile. It's the sound of their control dying. This isn't surrender. This is the shift, where you stop listening and start rewriting the game. They thought you'd beg. They thought you'd crawl. But instead you laugh. A sharp, broken laugh. It cuts the air like glass. And they flinch like prey. Every sound now feels wrong. Every shadow now feels alive. You move slow, deliberate, like the walls are watching. You let them see the madness you've been hiding under your skin. And in that moment, they realize you're not the target, you're the trap. You speak now, not loud, but deep enough to crawl into their heads. Every word is a hook, every pause is a knife. They can't blink, they can't breathe. Their nerves are on fire. You step closer, slow, unshaken, uninvited. The floor groans like it knows the danger it carries. You tell them, without smiling, without blinking, it's over. And the worst part, they believe you before you even make a move. You see it, that flicker in their eyes, the crack in the mask. They shift their weight just slightly like prey, searching for an exit. But there's no exit, not anymore. The walls are closed, the air is locked. You tilt your head, just enough to make them wonder if you know everything. Their voices start to stumble, their words taste like fear. You don't need raise a hand, because the battlefield is already in their mind. And there you've already won, twice, before they even move. The room is still too still, like the air itself refuses to move. You let it hang, that silence, thick enough to crush their lungs. Every second feels heavier. Every breath feels stolen. They're frozen now, not by chains, but by the weight of what you might do. You pace slowly, not in circles, but in patterns they can't predict. Your eyes don't blink. Your shadow feels bigger than the room, and the silence keeps growing. until it's louder than any scream. Then it breaks, all at once, like glass shattering in their skulls. You move fast, too fast for thought to catch up. The table flips, the walls shake, and their hearts jump out of rhythm. Every sound is a weapon, every step is a strike. You're not attacking, you're rewriting the room, turning it against them. Papers fly, metal screams, and their courage dies in the noise. You close the distance, slow now, like a storm that knows it's already won. They stumble back, but every step is a trap you've already set. The corners shrink, the walls lean in, their breath bounces back into their faces. You tilt forward, close enough that they can feel your heartbeat in the air. Every inch you take feels like a mile to them. Their eyes search for a way out, but you've erased every exit. Now it's just you, and the ending. They can't rewrite. You start talking soft, like a whisper that cuts through bone. Every word is heavier than the last, until their knees shake. You tell them things you shouldn't know, things you shouldn't see, but you do. Their name tastes different when you say it, like it belongs to you now. You list their fears one by one, watching their pupils shrink in the dark. You're not shouting, you don't need to, because every truth feels like a blade. By the time you stop, they're smaller, weaker, already broken inside. Their shoulders drop, just slightly, like the weight finally crushed them. They stop blinking, stop breathing, right as if the air itself belongs to you now. Their hands twitch, not in defense, but in defeat, an unspoken surrender. You take one step, just one, and their spine folds like wet paper. No more fight, no more plan, only the slow acceptance of what comes next. You lean closer, so they feel it, the end, waiting in your breath, and in that silence, they know this was never a warning. You tell them the truth, the kind that burns more than it frees. You were never hiding from them, you were hunting patiently. Every step they took, every word they said was part of your design. You didn't follow, you led, and they danced exactly where you wanted. The warning wasn't for you, it was for them. Too late to hear their fear now isn't about dying, it's about knowing they never had a chance. And you savor that like a final, perfect crime. You don't rush, you let it breathe, let the fear ripen in their chest. Every heartbeat feels louder, every second feels longer. You circle once, slow like a shadow, learning its prey. Their eyes follow, but their courage stays nailed to the floor. You lean close, close enough that your voice becomes their air, and you say nothing, because nothing is sharper than silence. By the time you step back, they're already half gone, inside themselves. They finally see it, the end, not as a moment, but as a weight. It presses down harder. With every breath they try to take, the room feels smaller. The air feels heavier, like time itself wants them gone. You don't move, you don't blink, you just exist, and that's enough. They stop thinking about running, because there's nowhere to run. Every wall is your shadow, every sound is your voice, and in that truth, they accept it. Whatever comes, comes now. You step in, one last time, no space left between you and them. Your shadow swallows theirs, until they disappear in your presence. There's no sound, no warning, just the weight of inevitability. Your hand moves, slow at first, then faster, like a strike from nowhere. Their breath catches, their eyes widen, and in that instant, it's already done. No struggle, no scream, just the quiet collapse of everything they were. And as they fall, you don't look back, because the story was finished long before tonight. The room is still, too still, like it's afraid to breathe again. The shadows settle back into place, but they feel different now. You stand there, unshaken, while the air learns to move again. No rush, no glance, just the slow return to calm. The walls remember what they saw, and they will never forget. You leave without sound, without weight, like you were never here at all. But the echo of what happened stays forever. The air outside feels colder, like the night itself knows your name. Every street light buzzes different, every shadow stretches further. They'll talk about it in whispers, never loud, never complete, because the truth is heavier than their tongues can carry. Your footsteps fade, but the fear keeps walking in every ear that hears it. They'll check their doors twice now. They'll watch the dark like it's alive, and somewhere deep they'll pray you're not coming back, even though you already are. They think it's over, they think you're gone, but the truth has sharper edges. You never leave, you linger in the cracks of their thoughts. Every creak at night sounds like you, every shadow on the wall looks like you. They'll try to forget, they'll fail, because forgetting you isn't survival. You weren't here for an ending, you were here to open the door, and now it's wide open, and you're still standing in the frame. You smile once, not wide, just enough to make the air tense. This isn't goodbye, it's a seed, and you know it will grow. They'll water it with fear feet, with silence, until one night it blooms, and they remember every second of you. You never vanish, you just wait in the dark where they can't look, and when the time comes, you'll step out, just like tonight, only louder, because the final warning was never for them, it was for you to enjoy the hunt again. You walk away, but the ground still remembers your weight. Every corner you pass holds its breath. Every light flickers once. You're not running, you're not hiding, you're just moving to the next name, because this game never ends, it only changes its stage. Some will hear the warning and freeze where they stand. Others will laugh until they see your shadow at their door, and then they'll understand what the first ones already knew. The next one doesn't know yet, but the air around them already does. It stiffens when they enter, bends when they move. You watch from somewhere they can't name, but can feel they live their day like it's theirs, not knowing it's borrowed. You trace their path, step for step, not touching, not rushing, because patience is the sharpest blade, and you hold it steady. Soon they'll hear the warning, too late. Like all the others, they think they're alone, but every shadow is watching. They feel safe until the wind shifts, carrying whispers that aren't theirs. A laugh echoes faint, like it crawled out of the walls. They turn, but nothing's there, nothing they can see yet. Your steps are soft, measured like raindrops before the storm. You're not here to scare them, you're here to own them. And once they step into your silence, the web closes without a sound. It happens in a blink, one step forward, and the world changes. The lights dim, the air thickens, every sound pulls further away. They try to move, but the ground feels like it's holding their weight down. Your shadow slides in first, touching theirs. Before you do, their pulse jumps, their breath cuts, and their mind starts screaming. But the walls are too close now. Door no longer exists. They look for escape, but every glance finds only shadow and silence. Their body tenses, ready to run, but their legs no longer listen. You don't rush, you just wait. Let their own mind tear them apart. Each heartbeat is louder now, each breath more shallow. They know no one's coming, no one's close enough to hear them break, and the truth sinks in cold and final. There is no fight, only the fall. Their eyes drop, no longer searching, because they know they'll only find you. The fight slips out of their chest, like smoke on a dying flame. They stop moving, not frozen, just empty, hollowed out. Every thought they once held now belongs to your shadow. They wait, not for mercy, but for whatever you decide comes next. And in that stillness, you see it, the moment they give in, completely. You move closer, not fast, not slow, just certain. Air between you shrinks until it's heavy enough to crush the breath from them. Their eyes don't close, they don't dare, because even now they want to see. Your presence is the last thing they'll ever understand. Completely, you reach them, and the room stops existing. All at once, no sound,
No struggle, just the quiet end that was always coming. The silence lingers, but it isn't empty. It hums like something still breathing. You step back, and the shape of them is gone, but not lost. They're with you now, not in body, but in the quiet, between your thoughts. Every place you go carries a piece of them. Every shadow moves with more weight. It was never about one, it was always about all of them. And with each one, the world bends just a little further in your direction. Part 30. You walk away, but the streets feel different, like they already know what's coming. Next, every window you pass turns dark. Every light above you flickers once. The city breathes slower now, waiting for the moment you choose your next name. It won't be random, it never is. You see the threads connecting the ball, and when you pull one, the rest will follow straight into your hands where they belong. Somewhere out there, they're laughing, living, not knowing that you're already on your way. You already see them before they see you. A face in the crowd, too still to ignore. The noise around you means nothing, because the moment has already chosen itself. They walk fast thinking it's their idea, but your steps are writing their path. Every turn they take, every glance they throw, only leads them deeper into you. The crowd thins, the air sharpens, and somewhere they realize they aren't going home tonight. The streets narrow, buildings press closer, like they're trying to hide what's coming. The sound of the city fades away. Step by step, breath by breath, they glance behind, see nothing, but feel everything. Closing and windows go dark, doors stay shut, even the air feels like it's watching. Every familiar path turns strange, every corner looks like it's waiting, and then they realize they can't remember which way they came. They keep moving, but the streets are no longer streets, just corridors you've built. Every turn leads them back to the same silence, waiting in your hands. They try running, but the ground feels too familiar, like it's been walked before. Walls lean in shadow,
Stretch long, and the sky above is nowhere to be found. Panic bites them, not because they're trapped, but because they know you meant for this. Every step they take now belongs to you, and you never give them back. Air shifts, not with wind, but with you. A faint scuff behind them, too close to be chance. They turn, see nothing, but feel the heat of being watched. Their breathing quickens, hands tremble, and every instinct screams to keep moving. But the sound follows, perfectly matched. Step for step, breath for breath. It's not chasing, it's mirroring, until they understand they're not alone. And then, from somewhere, just over their shoulder, a laugh cracks the silence. They freeze, not because they want to, but because their body refuses to move. Slowly, they turn their head. There you are, exactly where you were meant to be. Your eyes lock, not in greeting, but in claiming, like you've been here forever. The space between you feels too small to breathe, too wide to cross, and yet it's closing. They try to speak, but their voice is nothing more than a shiver in the air. You take one step, and it feels like the ground itself chose to move with you. Your hand rises, not fast, not slow, just certain. Their breath catches, like the air itself refuses to let it go. You don't touch yet, you hover, close enough for the weight of it to crush them. Their knees weaken, not from the threat, but from the knowing that the moment has already happened. The street feels smaller, the world feels silent, and your shadow wraps around theirs. Then, with the gentlest motion, you close the space, and they understand they were never meant to walk away. Your touch lands, and the world simply stops. They flinch, but only once, because the fight has nowhere left to go. Their eyes glaze, not from fear, but from the slow unraveling of who they were. Every breath they take feels borrowed, every thought feels planted. You don't need chains, you don't need force, you only need the truth. They now believe they aren't theirs anymore. They never were. They're yours, entirely. It starts small, a shift in their stance, a change in the way they hold their head. Their breathing slows, not to calm, but to match yours, perfectly. Their eyes no longer wander, they wait, focused only, where you are. The fear drains out, replaced by something quieter, something that listens, without question. Every movement they make feels less like theirs, and more like an echo of you. They aren't just following, they're becoming piece by piece, until the old shape disappears. Their gaze hardens, not with defiance, but with purpose. The shiver in their hands is gone, replaced by a stillness that wasn't there before. When you move, they move. When you stop, they freeze. It's not mimicry, it's alignment, like they've been rewired to fit your pattern. The street around you no longer feels like a trap, it feels like a stage, and they are ready to play their part. The first step they take isn't away from you, it's toward whatever you decide comes next. You watch their eyes lock onto the figure ahead, a stranger to them, but already marked by you. The crowd moves, but they don't see it. They see only the one they've been given. Every step they take pulls the target deeper into the unseen net you've been weaving all along. You don't move fast, you don't need to, because now you move through them. The distance closes, not from chasing, but from inevitability, and somewhere in the rhythm of their steps, you hear it, the sound of yourself, walking twice. The step is taken, not fast, not slow, but with the weight of something that can't be undone. The target doesn't move back, because there's nowhere to go. Every wall here is made of your design, and they've been walking inside it since the moment they saw you. Your extension stands close enough now for their shadows to merge. One shape, one rhythm, no separation. A single breath leaves the target, and in it is the truth. They never had a choice, only the illusion of one. And as their eyes drop, the street exhales, because the scene is over, the hunt is done, and the world keeps turning, like nothing happened. But you know, and they know, it will happen again.